Hello everyone, this is Ma'am Amano, and this video is a walkthrough for your asynchronous home-based laboratory activity, in which for this activity you will be making a pH indicator. So gagawa kayo ng natural pH indicator. So ano ba yun? What is that? So pH indicator has the same effects with litmus paper. So both of them is being used in chemistry to determine if a solution is acidic or basic using litmus or litmus paper. On this case, we will be we will be making litmus paper using anthocyanin. Ano ba yung anthocyanin? These are naturally occurring pH indicator that behaves similarly to litmus paper. Makikita nyo to sa mga plants like plants na reddish, violet, and blue. Pero pinakamarami siya sa violet plants. Kaya ang pinapagamit ko sa inyo ay violet plants dahil rich in anthocyanin yun, which can be used as a natural indicator for acidity and basicity of a substance. Examples of that are yung kamote na violet leaves, alugbati, ube, yung mga violet flowers. Then peelings like eggplant peelings, pwede rin yung red cabbage, yung dragon fruit, pwede rin yun. So sa litmus test, usually sa acid, ito yung mga kulay na ibinibigay niya. Pag base, ganito naman. Pag neutral, ganyan. Or ito yung mga range niya. For acidic, ito yung mga kulay. For neutral, ito. For alkaline, ganyan. Depende sa gamit niyong litmus paper. Pero sa anthocyanin, ito. Ang neutral natin violet, pero pinakamagandang gamitin yung blue colored. Usually, magiging blue yung violet na solution ninyo kapag nilagyan niyo ng tawas. 2 pieces nung butil ng tawas. Magiging blue yun. And that is a good anthocyanin indicator. So, dito yung weak to strong basic, then dito yung acidic. Okay? Now, of course, you will be using your DCCS email address. Make sure na tama yon. Walang typo para makaka-receive kayo ng response copy ninyo. Once you click the submit, dapat makaka-receive kayo ng response copy ninyo. Kapag hindi kayo naka-receive, ibig sabihin mali yung email address na in-input ninyo. And kapag nangyari yun, hindi ko ma-forward sa inyo yung inyong scores after I check that. So, make sure na tama yung ini-encode nyo rito. And then, input your full name. Then, input your strand, year level, and section. Then, for general safety precautions, tie your hair properly. Then, number 2, remove all your accessories in your body. Then, number 3, wear decent attire. Next, number 4, do not play with fire. Remove all flammable materials in your lab area. Make sure that you have a wet cloth or a wet rag in your lab area. If you are using an electric stove, do not touch the electric wires with your wet hands. If you have an oven mitten or a rag, you may use that to minimize the risk of scalding your hand. Next, number 5, put off the fire or switch off the source of heat after the boiling process. Next, clean your working area before and after you perform the laboratory activity. Pakita ninyo sa documentation na naglinis kayo ng area ninyo before and after. Ha? Then, for documentation, first, take a photo or video, whether in time-lapse, that is okay, in every step of this activity. Then, label each photo or video footage by indicating the number of the steps shown in the photo or footage. Para hindi kayo mahirapan, pwede nyo gamitin yung messenger editing button doon yung sa text. Lagay yung step 1, step 2, step 3 each photo. Then, letter C, your appearance must be seen in each step. Matik yan, ha? Dapat makikita ko yung attire ninyo, yung kilos ninyo, kaya dapat kasama kayo dyan. Matik yan. Then, letter D, take a photo of the compiled, organized, and labeled deep litmus paper. Papakita ko sa inyo mamaya yung mga examples niyan. Then, letter E, submit your output to my messenger account or to my Gmail account, berlinnozares@gmail.com. For rubrics, this activity is equivalent to 300 points. The first 100 point is for the documentation. Ito yung distribution niyan. 50 points if you follow the instructions thoroughly, which can be seen on your documentation. 16 points if your appearance can be seen in each step. 16 points if for labeling each documentation according to the number of steps. So, dapat may label lahat. Then, 18 points if you follow the general safety precautions which can be seen in each step. Then, the other 100 point is for the organized compilation of deep litmus paper. You have to submit a photo for this 100 points. Okay? Then, for letter C, 100 points for the analysis and conclusions. For materials, I told you to prepare the following. Number 1, in any of the following: purple leaves of kamote top or talbos ng kamote, eggplant peelings, red cabbage, baston ni San Juan, dragon fruit peelings, or any violet plant or fruit. Then, itong tawas or atom natin ay optional. And then, number 3, 1-piece bond paper of any size. Then, number 4, kaserola or pot. 5, stove. 6, spoon. 7, tong, which is optional. 8, tray or plate tab to be used to flatten the bond paper. Make sure that the bond paper would not be crumpled. So, isukat ninyo, dapat hindi makukusot yung inyong bond paper sa inyong paglalagyan dito. The number 9, sea salt. 10, 1 medicine dropper, optional. Yes, pwede yung dropper from the serum, pwede yun. Or pwede yung straws, pero hindi nyo isisip-sipin yun ha. Okay, bahala kayo kung paano nyo gagamitin yun. This is again an optional one. And then I also told you to prepare the following in small amounts only, in pinch only, or patak lang. Number 1, vinegar. Patak lang. 2, boiled water. 3, tap water. 4, baking soda solution. Ibig sabihin lang yan yung baking soda tinunaw mo dun sa tubig. And then 5, calamansi. 6, toothpaste, plain white. Then shampoo or hair conditioner, plain white or clear, no other color. 8, soapy water. Ilagay nyo lang yung sabon dun sa water, magpabula kayo. May small volume lang. The number 9, fruit juice. Pwedeng buko juice or any zesto juice. Or any other brand na ready to drink na juice. Pwede yun. Yes, pwede kayo magtimpla. Kung gusto niyo magtimpla, okay lang. Just make sure na matutunaw yung powder. Then, soft drinks. Then, 11, sugar solution. Lagyan mo lang ng sugar yung tubig. Then, saline solution. Lagyan mo lang ng asin yung tubig. Rainwater, this is optional. Water from canal, if possible, this is not required. Then, water from the river or pond or lake, if possible, again, this is not required. Then, 16, Zonrox or chlorine and water. Pwede. Dishwashing liquid. Bahala kayo basta dishwashing liquid. Oil, mantika, ayan, milk in liquid form. Yes, pwedeng fresh milk. Yes, pwedeng soy milk. Yes, pwedeng tinimplang powdered milk. Basta milk na iniinom in liquid. For general procedure, for step 1, thoroughly read first instructions and watch the prepared motion picture for the laboratory or the walkthrough. This is your walkthrough. Then step 2, clean your working area. Prepare yourself for the laboratory activity by following the instructions for general safety precautions. For step 3, rinse your violet plant or fruit on a running water to remove contaminants. Step 4, pluck the kamote leaves. Kung ang gamit niyo ay yung kamote leaves na violet, iwalay mo yung leaves niya dun sa stem. Pero kung yung stem ay violet, isama mo na yon. Pero kung hindi siya all violet, i-cut mo yun, i-remove mo yung portion na hindi violet. And make sure that the leaves are all violet, no trace of green pigment if possible. You may pluck the leaves either by your hand or you may use a scissor to cut the leaves. Make sure that your plant or fruit or peelings of choice are all violet in color. Paano kung hindi naman kamote leaves yung gamit nyo? Kasi ang ginamit nyo naman ay ube. So, kung may blender kayo, i-blend din nyo. I-chop muna ninyo. Kung peelings naman ng eggplant, tanggalin ninyo yung green part bago ninyo siya ilagay sa kaserola to prepare in the boiling. Okay? So, put the leaves or the fruit on a casserole. Prepare the stove for boiling. Next step. Then step 6, add about 80 ml or 1/3 to 120 ml or 1/2 cup tap water to the leaves depending on the amount of your leaves. Do not over-soak your leaves or any violets of your choice. Then takpan mo yung kaserola. Then step 8, boil for 5 minutes and stir from time to time. Step 9, transfer the mixture into a tray or basin or plate while it's still hot. You may use a strainer to remove or pansala to remove the solid portions of leaves or any other fruit that you are using. If you don't have a strainer, just scoop it using a tong or a fork or a spoon. Basta i-remove mo yung solid portion dun sa solution ninyo, dun sa liquid part. Just remove the solid portion. We don't need the solid portion. We need the liquid or the solution. The mixture may change if left in on open air for more than 5 minutes. So, after mo malipat yon, mabuhos mo since mainit pa yon. Lagyan mo agad, kung may tawas ka, lagyan mo ng tawas agad, 2 peraso lang, 2 butil lang ng tawas into the solution or until the solution achieve the shade of the blue in color. Pero 2 butil lang ilalagay ninyo. Stir while it's hot. Tapos, ito na yung indicator solution ninyo. Ngayon, kung wala kayong tawas, okay lang, not required, katulad ng sinabi ko. Mas maganda lang kung mayroon kasi ito yung tinatawag natin, itong step 10, ito yung tinatawag nating marbling procedure. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Ang purpose kasi ng tawas ay para mag-stick yung solution dun sa bond paper ninyo. Kasi kapag hindi, ang tendency, lalo na kapag glossy yung paper ninyo, or kahit hindi glossy, nag-i-slide lang yung solution, hindi siya kumakapit. Yung anthocyanin na chemical natin ay hindi kumakapit sa paper. Kaya kailangan natin ng tawas for the marbling procedure para may reaction yon na pinapakapit niya yung anthocyanin na kailangan natin for this activity. Okay? Ngayon kung wala kayong tawas, hindi available sa area ninyo, okay lang, not required. Then for step 11, soak a whole bond paper in the solution for 30 minutes. So after mo malagyan ng tawas, or kung wala kang tawas, okay lang din. Basta after mo mapuhos yung basin, ilagay mo na agad yung buong bond paper. Okay? Ibabad mo siya ng 30 minutes. Okay? Ensure na yung bond paper ay hindi makukusot. It will not be cluttered. Then, takpan agad. Okay? For 30 minutes. Then, step 12, after 30 minutes, air dry the bond paper. You may use an electric fan to do this. Papatuyuin mo siya ng 1 hour. Pwede mo siyang iipit sa ipitan ninyo sa sampayan, tapos or pahanginan mo siya sa electric pan habang nakaipit. Okay lang yon. Basta air dry ang process ninyo. Then step 13, after air drying the bond paper for an hour, cut the bond paper into 19 strips since you have 19 samples possible. Sizes may vary. You now have your litmus paper as pH indicator. Actually, nabibili nyo itong litmus paper sa NBS. Pero pinagagawa ko kayo para alam niyo kung paano siya ginagawa. Step 14, ngayon nakat mo na yung litmus paper mo into 19 strips. Depende dun sa sample mo. Kung mayroong sample ka na hindi available, yung materials na prepare ko na hindi ka available, edi okay lang. Edi hindi yung 19, pwedeng 17, pwedeng 16. Kung ano available mo lang, ikat mo yung strips. Depende dun sa available materials mo. Okay? Step 14, dip a litmus paper into each household items or use a medicine dropper. Kung pwede mo siyang i-dip na lang. Kung di mo naman trip, pwede kang gumamit ng medicine dropper to get a sample. Then squeeze that in your litmus paper. Tandaan lang na use one dropper for one kind of sample. Kung isa lang yung medicine dropper mo, wash each dropper after one use. Do not mix samples. One litmus paper per one item. Tatandaan niyo yan ha. One litmus paper strip per item. Okay, isang strip per item. Then, observe what happens to the litmus paper. Then, since tuyo naman na yun, label each litmus paper based on what sample you dip each litmus paper. Then, step 15, organize your dip litmus paper by labeling. Then, ito na yung pipicturean nyo rin for the 100 points of organized, labeled litmus paper. Then, step 16, clean your working area. Wash your hands. Change your clothes. For analysis, answer the following. Then for conclusions, answer this one. So if you have questions, just send me a message. So that is all for this walkthrough video.